Allure of the majestic alpine ranges and pristine valleys, revealing transparent beauty of rivers, would always come around. This hinterland turned urban is Swat, where the hoot of the mill was the only industrial sound once. The valley had a rude awakening from slumber to the sound of gunfire that stifled the airways with fumes of dynamite. Throat-cutting terror gives way to a full-fledged military operation. Population forced out to makeshift camps. Everything for some time now would materialize through the barrel of the gun. Institutions and markets stopped functioning, at least for the time being.
लोग डर रहे थे ना, बाहर घरों से नहीं निकलते थे, तो जैसे ही लोग नहीं निकलते थे वैसे ही वो बागात वो भी ख़राब हो गई और इसके साथ साथ लोगों की जो कारोबार है ना वो भी ख़राब हो गई।
ऊपर से हेलीकॉप्टर आ रहे थे, नीचे से टैंक थे और फायरिंग हो रही थी, तो लोग चूँकि उनके बच्चे थे और माँ बाप भाई सब उन लोगों ने ये डिसाइड किया कि अभी ये जो सब कुछ हो रहा है तो इसमें कैजुअल्टी भी हो सकती है।
उस टाइम हमारा एग्ज़ाम चल रहा था, तो जैसे ही एक पेपर हुआ हालात इतने ख़राब हुए कि हाँ एग्ज़ाम कैंसिल हुआ, हम यहाँ से चले गए।
The light-eyed, fair-skinned, proud Pashtuns, thoroughbred to the core of their being, selected for the test of time. Win or perish written on the horizon. Winning is not easy. Losing is not an option. The system of governance established by princely state in 1930s, called Bandobast, stopped functioning with a sudden halt. Taliban started court hearings and lands were physically taken away. A full-fledged military operation launched by Pakistan Army in 2009 forced out even commoners to find refuge in camps set up for the internally displaced people. In 2010, nature dealt the final blow. The mega floods 2010 destroyed what was left as physical infrastructure. For most of the displaced people, there was little to come back to. Livelihoods destroyed, institutions crippled, markets leaning. This needs a holding hand that gives support and shows the ways.
We were working in a consortium and it was to assess how livelihoods can be revived after conflict. In Pakistan, when we talk of conflict-affected areas, we were focusing at Swat and Lower Dir. And we were looking at how livelihoods they get affected due to conflict.
सबसे बड़ी सनत जो स्वात की है वो टूरिज़म, सियाहत। उसके बाद जो दूसरी यहाँ की सनत है वो ज़राअत है। स्वात ऑपरेशन उसके बाद 2010 में सैलाब आया। सैलाब की वजह से सड़कें तबाह हो गई, तो सड़कों की ख़राब हालत की वजह से दोनों सनतें जो है वो तबाही की दहाने पर पहुँच गई हैं।
Finding out the extent of damage and effectiveness of the aid being funneled in was the first step in that direction. The government of UK supported SLRC to find the way to future and suggest the bridging tools. Now, an effective injection of aid on the relevant quarters is a necessity. The conflict disrupted the society. Institutions and markets were the most visible, and that compounded disruption of livelihoods.
A lot of their fruit orchards were taken over by the Taliban. So the chain of supply then went into the hands of the Taliban, and of course it was the normalcy was completely disrupted.
Many of them they resorted to other non-farm income opportunities. Now if one looks at the livelihood pattern, you will find that remittances which means that people they are working away from Swat Valley or from Dir.
लोगों को काफ़ी मुश्किलात का सामना करना पड़ा, लेकिन जब मुख्तलिफ़ फलाही इदारे जो थे और NGOs जो थे, इन लोगों ने फिर यहाँ पे लोगों को बहुत ज़्यादा रिलीफ प्रोवाइड किया है.
Can support restore peace? Bringing back livelihood opportunities is step one in restoring it. Now that bulk of the industries have gone, population has adopted transport business as a substitute. Remittances from abroad and other parts of the country are also an important source. Nevertheless, agriculture remains the most important activity, but markets have transformed, and so the producers. Peaches replacing apple and food grains replaced by potato.
अब लोग ये कर रहे हैं कि वो सेब के बागात, माल्टे के बागात को ख़त्म कर रहे हैं और आड़ू के बागात लगा रहे हैं. उसकी वजह यह है कि आड़ू का जो आप पौधा लगाते हैं तो वो 1 से 2 साल बाद वो पैदावार देना शुरू कर देता है. उसके मुकाबले में अगर आप माल्टा या सेब लगा ले तो उस पर बहुत टाइम लगता है.
They realize that a crate of peaches in the Lahore mandi will get them far much more rupees than a crate of apples. And somehow we had a very bad infection of the apple crop in Swat also.
सैकड़ों हज़ारों लाखों की तादाद में टूरिस्ट आते थे, स्पेशली कालाम, बहरीन और इन साइड्स पे. तो उससे हमें काफ़ी रेवेन्यू भी होता था. हमारी जो ट्रेडिशनल चीज़ें थी, लोग जो घरों में हाथों से बना के चादरें, कढ़ाइयाँ वगैरह, ये चीज़ें जो है वो बहुत ज़्यादा वुड की जो चीज़ें थी वो भी बहुत बन रही थी. तो उसमें हमें काफ़ी रेवेन्यू जनरेट होता था.
Many government agencies they were able to penetrate to the peripheries and to the remote villages through their market interventions, and once the introduction of new seeds, introduction of new pesticides, new herbicides, and again connection with the new markets.
All said and done, society needs institutions for dispensing services, of which justice is the most important one. Alongside the civil courts, traditional institutions like Jirga and Hujra have existed and played instrumental role in maintaining peace and order and in dispensing justice.
In the presence of a local government system where you have a councillor and you have a Nazim and you have a Tehsil administration and you have a district administration and you have provincial assembly members and you have national assembly members and you have federal ministers and you have provincial ministers, they are looked upon as the people to be able to solve your problems. Okay, the Jirgas were functioning in a non-political sense. Why the Jirgas functioned in the Swat state days was because there was no political activity allowed in Swat state days.
Now, with the involvement of the military establishment, peace committees have taken over.
After the conflict, there is a restoration of some institutions, there is modification of some institutions, and some institutions are created by aid agencies which were not there before. For example, there was no concept of women development committees.
तालीम का निज़ाम जो था, जो काफ़ी नहीं था, लेकिन जो इंतज़ाम था वो भी जो है वो बिल्कुल तबाह हाल हो गया, ख़ुसूसन बच्चियों के हवाले से.
कॉन्फ्लिक्ट के बाद जो है हुजरा सिस्टम भी है, जरगा सिस्टम भी है, और जरगा के जो सीनियर मेंबरान हैं तो अब वो पीस कमेटी के मेंबरान में तब्दील हो चुके हैं.
एक तो एजुकेशन सेक्टर बहुत ज़्यादा इफ़ेक्ट हुआ है. दूसरे जितनी भी फ़ीमेल अगर किसी जॉब पे थी तो उनकी जॉब जो है वो ख़त्म हो गई थी.
हमारे यहाँ औरतों का डिसीजन मेकिंग में बहुत कम रोल रहा है. वो अगर इंस्टीट्यूशन जिरगे की अगर बात करें तो जिरगे में तो औरत को बैठने ही नहीं देते. पेट्रियार्की की वजह से सारे इंस्टीट्यूशन पे मर्दों का कब्जा है.
तो कोर्स में इस तरह होते हैं कि हमारे इलाके में औरतें अभी तो जा सकती है, लेकिन उधर से वही लोगों को मतलब वही रिस्पांस नहीं मिलती है जो उन लोगों की डिमांड है.
Life is rumbling on to normal in a good way. Still, the uneasy peace seems to be a bit fragile. Certainly, the military returns back to the barracks. What can sustain this peace is a research question getting answered every day. Thriving markets, functional state institutions to promote livelihoods and foster the sense of belonging, coined as motherland.